got the 2 small chickens in the Instant Pot this morning because I bought it at Food Lion and they don't have the chickens I want, and they didn't have large chickens, and I probably paid a little bit more too. But anyway, I got chicken cooking because I don't have any chicken this morning. Sorry guys. I just wanted to show you that this thing really is blocking a significant amount of sunlight from coming through there in the morning. Don's going to move, when he gets a chance, the bottom shelf up to these screw holes and put this brace down there if possible, because they're a little close together and that's far to bend, especially reaching around the corner to look for what I want, because I am storing some stuff in it. Hopefully the swap will work. I've got my Lego build, a bunny rabbit, Chinese, Asian themed bunny rabbit with a bonsai tree to build in the car today. It's 10 o'clock-ish new time. I'm really messed up this time change. It went off at 9 new time, 8 old time, and I just felt tired today. But yeah, we're goaled to leave, you know, by 2, but the world won't come to an end if that doesn't happen, but that's the goal. Hey, Marty. Here's Tuck's man. Yeah, no chicken this morning, especially nighttime in the kitchen, expecting to eat Gray's chicken. She's not happy. They basically eat out of the same bowl, but don't tell them. Nighttime first, and then I make sure it's all fluffy and full for Gray, and then I take it to Gray. That's just the way it works here in the morning. It's really sunny, a little windy, and I'm not going to say it's cold. It's not cold, but it is 52 this morning instead of 65. So I'm in short sleeves out here, but it's a bit nippier. Still a beautiful spring day. Hey there, buddy. Good morning. Hi. I really don't like the time change. I mean, yeah, it's okay that it's darker later now. I don't dislike that, but I'm not in love with the whole time change thing, even with the later in the evening daylight. Just saw on Facebook that a friend in Colorado that has a solar array bought a blue Mustang Mach-E GT. He said 270 miles range in 3.8 seconds. So sounds like with the solar array for essentially free charging and access to the supercharger network now, and he's a Ford Mach-E guy anyway, it sounds like a great thing for their household. I didn't see Gypsy or Spot yesterday, and there was food up on the porch late. Oh, there went the hawk. He was on the branch just on the other side. You hear him? He was on the branch on the other side of this big tree. I didn't see him until he flew. Yeah, Gypsy's been coming around 11 or 12, so hopefully now that the weather's nice today and there's plenty of food up on the porch, he'll make his way over. I'm seeing Stripe and Morris front yard guarding sometimes, so I don't know if they're keeping Spot from coming and he's just not willing to go past them, or what might be going on. I mean, I could put a food bowl down by the bridge, but my guys would just figure out it's down there in a day or two. It might get a meal in, but it wouldn't be a good permanent solution, because trust me, my guys will find it and then that'll be all she wrote. They'll be guarding that too. So again, it's a pretty day out here. I'm probably giving Don the morning off on walking again, even though I want to go for a walk, because I really want him and Johnny to have time to get that printer working today. It's stressing me out that it's not working yet. Even if Johnny doesn't have an immediate need, when the new printer comes, we're going to be all invested in setting that up. And Don's watched some videos and we have some ideas about finessing the leveling and changing out the bed and stuff. So hopefully that'll work. Good morning, Gray. Hey there, sweetheart. Hi. Hello. Good girl. There's a Mom Carmel special ready to go.
Well, we got up this morning, I watched some videos, and then Johnny said, you know, Mr. Don, I think we ought to swap the brains and leave the brawn alone. I said, huh? And he says, yeah, let's just take the new controller and the touch sensor and put on our old machine. And I said, well, you know, I guess we could do that. And so we did that, and it's taken less than an hour to do that. And we've got it all calibrated, and we're fixing to do our first print. But I tell you, I'm glad Johnny was here, because I was going to take the extruder off and all the nozzle off and take it off of that machine and put it on this machine. But, you know, Johnny's idea was way, way simpler, because there's nothing wrong with our bed, because we wanted our nice metal stainless steel bed, wham bam bed.
Oh,
so we're
look at that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's encouraging to just putting a little filament down.
Okay, that's
okay. So Johnny's going to go get Marianne, and we're letting it run. Johnny thinks it's good, and I'm not disagreeing. For sure the diameter of the bead is consistent. There's no variation in it like it was last night. This very first one is the one it started, that one it's dead straight. This is where it started. So, but after that, this is like the third pass. That's a really fine bead that it's laying down. I thought it should be a little bigger, but Johnny says, no, that's what it is, Mr. Don. So it works for me. Because this is the what they call the raft. He's putting down the raft, and it's a little different on the raft.
Johnny came in the house and he's smiling. I think we have good news coming from the garage. Let's go check it out. Oh wow, I'm liking the way that string looks on there.
It's a little messy, but those are really weird prints, so I'm not going to give that too much salt.
Johnny came in the house smiling. I like a smile.
Yeah, it was very straightforward, swapping the touch sensor. And Johnny really liked this idea of the little
holding lanyard, that up out of the way.
Lanyard out of the way. Yeah, and so we put that on there.
And so this is the new brains on the old/original printer.
That's right.
And then the BL Touch moved over to the old/original printer.
The thing about this printer is we actually think it has less hours than the other one.
Yeah.
Or at least the extruder does.
And
right. Oh, and you used his filament holder, improved holder thing that he had 3D printed and put up there too. So.
Yep, that's what we did.
Everything looks good though.
And that way you didn't have to move the camera. The ring camera was still back there.
Yeah, well, we actually had to work at it a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the glue had stuck and we couldn't get the screws out to swap his. Well, actually, what we did, because I said, well, Johnny, I really think you want to be able to see this, and you see the light and the arrow, and it was on the back
side.
It's
in the front now.
It's in the front.
So I don't have to struggle leaning. Well, especially when this one's going to go on the right side. It'd be harder to look around at the back.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this idea worked out well.
Yeah, I agree.
Way cool.
So all she needs to do now is feed me.
That's not a problem. Yay! I'm so excited. It's 3:30 and we're on the road. I have reminded Dawn not to go past the construction site. We're in Ruby.
She did a great job reminding me 5 seconds too late. So now we're slightly a longer route. We made a right turn when we could have went straight, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it by making a left turn down.
Look at those pretty trees. redirect. So we're 90% happy with the 3D printer. We think maybe in the slicer we need to increase the flow rate. The TPU is coming out nice but a little thin, so
yes.
We stopped the print before we left, and Johnny's gonna update the G-code and send it back to us to try again. So but they made a lot of progress today. We're overall generally pleased at the moving some of his stuff to the original, the new stuff to the original printer really did seem like the right route, and you know, we don't have to leave feeling bad about how that's going. Just this little niggle left to finesse, I guess.
Well, right. Well, the thing is, obviously we did not diagnose it correctly. It is the motherboard, because we're using all of his old parts, and we've added the bed leveler, and there's no indication that the bed leveler, when we went through the calibration process, isn't working correctly. It looks like it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So the last night when we weren't happy with the old one, if I had to say what I wasn't happy with, it was too thin. So now we've moved all that over to this one, and it's still too thin. So
Right.
I'm thinking, Johnny says that he can turn up the flow rate in the slicer. So I'm told him I'm thinking that's a worthwhile hypothesis to act on, to try to experiment with.
So our time down to our supercharger stop is 5:30, and our time to the student union is 6:15ish, something like that. But we have going for us today was we left a little later than our goal. It's just always a goal. It's just that our bodies think it's an hour off anyway, so it won't matter. We won't feel it.
Actually, we only left 30 minutes later because we thought it's 2:30, and we were trying to leave at 2, and that was before the time change.
Right. So we're not distressed about it, but yeah, we just a smidge later than the goal. I always call it a goal. You got to have a goal. It's windier out there than you can tell. You can sort of see the pine moving up on those trees, but it's significantly windy.
Yeah, I've seen a dust devil even.
Yeah. Wide open road. I guess they're putting some developments in up here on the right. Something going in, but this is pretty rural North Carolina back road here.
Yeah.
I always like it when we come down that hill.
Yeah. Excellent visibility today.
I mean, there's not too many clouds in the sky. I don't know if that's going to be farming or house and what. There is a deer stand in the back over there by the woods.
Yeah, we're at the river now.
Right. Thanks for reminding me. It amazes me in modern times that we've only got a few spots to cross the Cape Fear, but it is what it is. Here and down in Lillington and
yeah, well, up on US 1 there.
yeah, US 1.
Basically about one per county.
I was gonna say, guys, I wouldn't pick up too much right now. This is the second police officer in half a mile.
They're doing obviously something.
Some sort of operation today. Yeah. The first one that I didn't show on video was an orange Dodge, which was a little surprising that he'd be driving an orange painted vehicle.
I suspect the guy he had pulled over was quite surprised to see him
As
driving
well?
orange.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
So this is the bunny rabbit I'm going to work on today. It's a little waterfall and a tree and Asian accent there with the lantern hanging from the tree and stuff. It's 288 pieces. It's called Jade Rabbit 40643. Not meant for Easter, but certainly it's a bunny rabbit, and I thought between my China restaurant going in and with being Easter, it's a good time to build this kit. It's not obvious from the picture on the front of the box, but like a lot of these little bases have a hidden Easter egg. This thing has hinges and it snaps together. And you can open it back up even after it's built, I think. So bag 1 finished the base. There's only bags 1 and 2. And bag 2 is mostly the bunny. Well, here we are in Salisbury at the Culvers. I want my phone again. And I just finished the bunny. The car's been ready for about 5 minutes, but they were slammed in there. They were hustling, it took a bit. So I know Ruby's ready to go. Yeah, well, the sun is at a horrible angle, but there's a Rivian Amazon truck. Johnny's point spotted it before. Don and I were just talking about something else going down the road. Yeah. Sun's a little bright, and Johnny's like, there's a Amazon electric truck, and I'm like, it sure is. Way cool. His father and daughter are loading up that cart. Everybody's walking in with suitcases and bags of laundry and everything. And there's a Tesla. Not 6:39. We're headed home through the Thomasville supercharger. Don likes to vary it up. He likes Culver's on the way, which Johnny prefers, or probably, and then Sheet's on the way home. Yeah. There's not a super lot of difference between the two. And home time is estimated 9:35. So, yeah. Anyway, good luck with everything you got to do this week, Johnny. Yeah. Miss you, buddy.
Yeah. It's fun having him home.
Well, there's a brand spanking new Model X. Got a paper tag. It's all blacked out with the, you know, newer, darker trim. Blue. This one's pink. Is that a Texas plate?
I can't tell yet.
Can't tell yet.
Maryland?
Maryland. It's probably Mary Kay. Pretty.
It was, actually. She's falling in behind us.
You lead the way, Donnie. You lead the
right.
way. I told Donnie I had an identity crisis while him and Johnny were in the building because a Tesla Model Y, another white Tesla in the parking lot, pulled up next to us with Mom and Dad dropping off their student. And I smiled at them, and it's like, I said to myself, I hope when the guys come out they don't get confused about which car to get into, because we have a white Y and Ruby, and yesterday we drove the Y, but today we're in the X, and it's like, it's a good problem to have, but still. Yeah, they have a University of North Carolina, as in UNC Chapel Hill, sticker across the back glass. Yeah. Well, it's actually a really pretty paint. Sometimes it looks more pink or less. It kind of looks metallic, but it's iridescent all at the same time. Whatever that wrap is, it is really pretty.
Yeah.
When we were watching Kyle's Cybertruck delivery video, or a couple posts on either Facebook or X, he was talking about you can't show up with this thing anywhere unless you've got don't show up at the Buc-ee's, he said, because, you know, everyone wants to see it. You've got to have time to talk with people. And he didn't mind, but it was maybe a little inconvenient. I don't know. Kyle likes to talk to people, and especially about his new vehicle, so I'm sure that was mostly welcome, even if they were trying to race through wherever they were going. But I told Don, honestly, I missed the days where Ruby was so new and people had never seen the wings go up. I missed those days. I mean, well, it was part of not having people riding in the back anymore when it was just me and Johnny up front most of the time. So I didn't need to open them everywhere we went. But it was also like, been there, seen that, okay, those doors open that way, whatever. But I missed those days, and I know, seen in the Tesla Divas forum, some people don't want to drive the X and open the doors because they don't want to talk to people. Like, they're embarrassed by the doors or whatever, or the kids dropped off at school. But that was never me. That was never me. I may have been guilty a time or two of opening the wings just to see if somebody wanted to come over and talk about the car. Ruby did get us over, and she did say she saw the emergency lights.
Yeah. Emergency vehicle, that's right. Little Asian girls.
Donnie!
You meet this sweetest people at the supercharger. Meet my pretty girl.
Could have. Back in the day, maybe. I'm gonna need my coat.
You're gonna need your coat.
And Don joked with me if he was a young single guy, he'd have rushed over there to plug her in.
I'd have been over there and plugging her in.
Yeah, I do need my jacket. So we're at 27 miles. We've timed it well for fast speed and short charging. Next time, can you use the bathroom for me and bring me my snack? It's windy out there is what it is. It's 50 degrees, but the wind is biting.
Yes, very much
You
so.
think we got used to that 70-degree pleasant, warm sunshine?
I think so.
Well, Don did good. He maybe put on my jacket before I got it.
Oh, well, when I stepped out to plug the Ruby in, it was like, whoa!
So we were here 12 more minutes longer than Ruby said we needed to be because we enjoyed our deviled eggs and mozzarella and prosciutto. And I sent Don back in for a coffee after that I decided I couldn't live without. So anyway, because it was cold out there, he did the guy thing, he ran back in for me. Yay! I have Elementi chocolate in it, a touch of stevia, and of course the salts and electrolytes. And it's not like at home, but it's palatable, tolerable, warm on a cold night. Thank you for all the things you did this weekend. Me and Johnny really appreciate you.
Sure.
236 miles yesterday and something over 300-ish today. It's usually close to 300. And 3D printer stuff last night and 3D printer stuff this morning and more 3D printer stuff this week. And the new one has a tracking number.
Oh, wait, cool.
Yeah, so maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I guess it depends if they're shipping from the East Coast or the West Coast. Coming UPS, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, thank you for keeping us safe. We got in at 9:30. I don't know. That was when it predicted when we left Thomasville.
Yeah,
I don't know what our percentage is, but plenty.
we
I
got
didn't.
43 miles left, I think.
Yeah, I didn't even look anymore. Yeah, well, we knew we had that extra 10 minutes because we were eating and Don went back in for coffee. We knew we had a cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we don't sit.
I wasn't going to leave it 6 or 5 or 6%. It wanted me to. It's like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, not necessary driving at night farther away from home to just, you know, we could. But, you know, Kyle arrived at 0% in the Cybertruck and we would expect nothing less. Plus, he's got people, though, to come and bail him out. And, anyway, but we expected nothing less of Kyle but to show up, test the full battery of the Cybertruck. That's right. Yep.
That's right.